What?
I don't know. Just your fucking folder just called choking. What is that?
It's our choking video. The choking video we made on the burrito. I could see if somebody didn't know about it and they just...
I don't know what's going...
What'd you do?
I just double-clicked on it to open it up.
You better close it. And obviously you are ruining my computer.
Where's your task manager?
What?
Task manager.
Oh, do Control-Alt-Delete.
I just right-clicked and did more details. Everything looks good. You know what I do?
What?
I pin it to my toolbar.
You pinch?
Pin it.
Oh,
So
that's a good idea.
Even when I close it out, now if like something's going on, I can just instantly click it on.
Yeah.
I started doing that because I got fucking tired of having to like Control-Alt-Delete, fucking pause everything, open a new screen.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I just clicked
Did you pin it for me?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Guys, welcome to the podcast. This is our first podcast here. Eric and Laszlo.
Hi, I'm Laszlo.
Laszlo and Eric. Well, guys, thanks for joining us.
I've had a doozy of a day, let me tell you.
Well, hold on.
Oh, okay.
First, we need to introduce ourselves for anybody who may not know who we are. Like if somebody actually stumbles upon this.
Like someone who didn't know us beforehand?
Yeah, exactly. Like some fantasy of ours. Somebody,
a fresh audience.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't ruined it. We have high standards to set here. So, I think it'd be good if instead of us introducing ourselves, I introduce you and you introduce me.
Okay, let me start with you.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, this is Eric Rodriguez, 24, as you might know him. Or just Eric Rodriguez, if you've never heard of him before. He's, I think, 25 years old. He's a little younger than me. Born in Los Angeles, California, or around that area. He considers himself a human and a comedian. Maybe an artist. He's been in the YouTube scene for a while. College, not so much. Film aficionado, fan of Disney, has worked at Disneyland before, and he has nice hair. I don't know, he's got a mole and glasses.
It's my signature look.
His signature logo. Oh, you might have known him from the long-lived Eric show.
I thought you were going to say from the t-shirt with his own face on it.
Well, that was the t-shirt for the Eric show.
Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than the man, the mystery, the legend himself, Jonathan Laszlo Mark. He is a little older than me at the ripe old age of 25 going on 26.
Yep.
And we've known each other since our sophomore year of high school. He's got the most fantastic beard and fashion sense of anybody that I know. And he's genuinely one of the funniest people I know. Does not even have to try. So this should be a fun podcast. This should be a fun little run together. I'm super excited to get this started.
I would say that Eric, too, is one of the funniest people I know.
You're hyping it up too much.
Come on.
That's too much. This is the first podcast. You can't
No, I would just say... Well, I mean... what if I just don't know a lot of funny people?
I mean, you can say that.
Oh, because it's true? I don't know.
Who do you think is genuinely funny?
Mark?
You think Mark is, like, genuinely, like, humorous?
I think there's a humor to some of Mark.
Yeah.
Mark makes me laugh.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I guess so. He has his little dad jokes.
He doesn't try a lot.
No, yeah.
He wouldn't go into a career for comedy.
No, I see him just
He looks like a comedian.
Yeah,
he looks like Bo Burnham, but...
Yeah, and with his long hair now, too. It's long. That's a long boy.
He used to be Mormon.
He did?
He's got... Well, I mean, he might still be. That's for him to decide.
That's up in the air.
It's a dark topic. Nathan's funny.
Nathan is funny.
If
Nathan is funny because he doesn't try. He's genuinely
I feel
funny.
like if he did try, like he tried to hone it and he actually like went out and like made his own content, he would be like better than I ever could be.
I think he has. Feel like he would have a very like analytical sense of humor.
That's his thing.
Like he'd break things down, like George Carlin almost.
His logic is funny because he'll break down other people's stuff.
He has an interesting way of thinking, so it's nice to
and
hear what he has to say.
And there's that thing you pointed out about both me and him. I think about every now and then because that too, but you said that we both have a thing where we repeat people's fucking lines that we hear in real life in real time because it's funny to us.
Yeah.
And ever since you mentioned that, every now and then I'll catch myself doing it and be like, "Oh, that's that thing that we do."
You pick up like
if someone like says something in a crowd and it's funny, I'll fucking immediately repeat them, like almost mocking them.
Like
but then I'll bring it back later.
Jeremy!
Which is one thing she said in the background of a video we tried to record.
Every time he sees my brother Jeremy, anytime he hears his name, Jeremy! And it's so ominous to me because it sounds like exactly like my mom. Oh, that's funny. So what's the, for the audience here, what's the point of this podcast? What is our goal?
Does there need to be?
I want to say no. But I feel like the answer might be yes.
There has to be at least... Well, the thing is, we don't need like a grand theme.
Right.
But there needs to be shit that we talk about each episode.
Yeah.
And then as we grow and maybe build a fan base, we can even have like segmented bits.
I like that idea. I like some structure.
Of like things that we'll do each episode.
Yeah.
And then like the content in it obviously will be new. But like...
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think for now, we should just talk about like
whatever.
Pretty much whatever comes to our minds. Any general current events.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
Okay, go.
Here's the thing. Are there any movies that ever make you think, maybe I'm not really like a film aficionado. Maybe I'm not a true like film fan. Because there's movies that everyone like says is so good, like such a classic, and you watch it and you're like, I don't like it. I guess I'm just not good at appreciating art.
Yes. Moonlight did it for me because I couldn't see why it was super fantastic. It was like a definitely like real story and the acting was fantastic, but it was extremely like pandering, if you know what I mean.
I didn't see it yet.
I mean, it's alright, but the story is slow. It's super, super slow. The only good acting, I believe, is from the before the third act. The third act is the slowest part of that movie, and I fell asleep.
The thing about slow movies is sometimes I'm afraid that I'm not able to appreciate slow movies because I've grown up on like the American style of editing where everything has to be fast.
I mean, that's what I think.
And sometimes I feel bad because like I'll try to watch movies that are older and usually European films and they're edited much slower paced, and I'm like, God, I just don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. An example is today for class I had to watch Ingmar Bergman's Fanny and Alexander.
I've never seen that.
Okay, so it's 3 hours long. I have not finished it yet. I stopped at about an hour and a half to like come over here. From what I could tell, so the main characters, Fanny and Alexander, are Swedish children in some, I'm assuming, rich family because they got some nice... It must take some place in the past. The movie came out in 1982, which blows my mind because it feels like such a fucking old movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's a period piece, but it also just feels like old. Like, it feels like a movie that came out in the 60s about, like, the 19th century. And it's these kids, and they have a family, and then, like, it starts with a Christmas party, and then their dad gets sick and dies.
You honestly look like right now that this movie has physically harmed you.
Because I have to write a paper on it.
This movie has done you wrong.
Okay, so I get, like, it's supposed to be like some ominous, spooky movie. It's like, oh, the movie was chilling. And to be fair, I've not seen the last hour of the movie.
Yeah, I could do a total flip.
Because you do not see the ghost, and by ghost it means their dad just in his nice clothes.
Spoilers.
Okay, so
if
anyone was interested in watching Ingmar
Alexander.
Bergman's Fanny and Alexander, which isn't even his most like popular movie, I'd say.
Seventh Seal.
Seventh Seal,
definitely.
I want to see real bad. I wish that was the one assigned for my class. So about an hour and a half in, maybe an hour 15 minutes in, is the first time you see the ghost, because it takes a fucking hour or so for the dad to die after all this stuff. Like, oh, their uncle is sleeping with the maid, their grandma has a secret relationship with a Jewish banker, the mom is, I don't know, sad, the dad loves being in the theater,
sad.
But then he dies. I feel like a lot of time passes in between the scenes, like, but I couldn't tell, so I thought it like was all kind of in the same span of like a couple days pass. Because it felt like right after the dad dies, the mom falls in love with this bishop or priest and like marries him, and she's like, I've been lonely for so long. I was like, damn, I feel like this dude just died. Like, she was lonely for like 1 week, and she's like, I can't take this. Anyway, so then the dad is a ghost that the kid keeps seeing. Like, they'll be at little family gatherings talking, and the kid will like look, and it'll just be his dad in like a nice white suit standing in the corner. Like, no spectral glow, nothing about him. He's just there, just completely clothed, normal skin.
Changing up the ghost game.
And then there's a scene where the ghost comes and the grandma's talking to him, and then he finally talks back to the grandma, and I think it's like he's worried about the kids because the bishop fucking marries the mom and they go to some shitty house. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. But it's one of those movies, because I like looked up like on IMDb and she was like, do other people like this movie? It's got fucking 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, like a perfect 10 on Metacritic. Or, I can't remember the score, but a perfect one. And, like, all these fucking, like, reviews, like, oh, this is a classic, this is a masterpiece, one of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, this movie's so slow, it's so fucking boring. But I also feel like I have a hard time sometimes when the main character's a kid. Because it's like, I don't care, I don't really care about kids. Then again, it's not true, because there's movies like The Shining, where the main character is usually the kid, and it's very interesting. Then you got Stranger Things.
It?
E.T.
No, oh, well, that too.
Oh, yeah, we're listing other movies. A lot of 80s movies. Hey, 1982, Fanny and Alexander. Goonies is a good movie. I can't believe you didn't see it as a kid.
Yeah, I never saw the Goonies.
Because that was like a movie made for you to see as a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like just one of those right up
seen.
my alley.
Me, not as much. To be fair, I didn't see it till I was like a teenager.
I see you as a kid. You know, like how there's that trope that kids like rewind the movie immediately after they're done with it.
Yeah.
Like, I see you doing that with like fucking Elephant Man as a small child.
No, it's the favorite movie.
Mom, I want to watch the I'm not an animal part.
I'm not
I am not an animal. Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, so the first movie I ever saw in theaters, based on my memory, is my dad took me to a showing of fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, walking down the aisle to find my seats, which, looking back now, means we fucking showed up to the movie late. But I remember, because as we were walking down the aisle to get our seats, fucking Darth Vader was on screen, and I was like, whoa. And then my uncle, for my birthday, got me a fucking VHS set of the original trilogy. Yeah. And I watched that shit a lot, dude. I grew up on Star Wars.
I feel like that box set is so nostalgic to so many people.
Like, and then the fucking, like, N64 Star Wars game, Rogue Squadron.
Yes.
So Rogue Squadron.
Do you remember the the toys at Taco Bell?
A little bit.
There was like a little hologram one where like if you turned the cube one way it was Yoda, and if you turned it the other way it was Darth Vader.
I think I know what you're talking about, but it's like hard to picture it.
It's just extremely nostalgic to me. That is.
So the Pokemon movie. You remember that one?
I do.
I have a distinct memory that like my mom took me to Burger King before the Pokemon movie.
Ooh.
You know, to get a Pokemon toy.
Yeah.
And also eat food because humans have to eat.
Uh-huh.
And I got a fucking Nidoqueen, and I was like, okay, not my favorite, but hey, it's still a free toy.
Yeah.
And I lost it inside the theater. Like when I got back to my car, I was like, oh man, my Nidoqueen. And it's weird because sometimes I'll still think about that, like,
You
I
still
can't believe I
long
lost
for
that
that
fucking toy. Like anytime I think of Pokemon now, every now and then I'll think about, and then
that fucking event shaped your life, dude.
The metal,
Yeah, the
metal
milk
Mew card that
whatever.
came with it, the
Yeah.
little like golden. I always wanted to bite it. I wanted to chew on that boy. Looked like a fucking chocolate bar. I was like,
No,
let me bite
it
down on this
didn't.
metal.
It did not look like that.
Just
at
crunch. How hard is this? Pretty sure I did it once.
all. It was pretty hard, dude. They're like real metal.
What's your earliest memory of biting another person? Because I can tell you mine is,
I think I was like, I want to say it was like 5 or 6.
yeah, I remember mine was in preschool.
What happened with you? What happened?
Early in the morning, you know, you get to class before class really starts.
Yeah.
And there was this kid with a blonde bowl cut, little white boy, with fucking glasses.
Thank you for telling us this child's race.
Well, he like adds the character. You got that real pale skin, the real like fucking like bright ass blonde bowl cut,
Okay,
little
okay.
black hard rimmed glasses, neon cyan and purple raincoat. You know the fucking like perfect 80s 90s those fucking rain jackets.
Yeah.
Got that on, and he had like a fucking Transformers toy. We were like playing with it. Like it was my turn to play with it, and I was like playing it for a second, and he fucking took it. I think it was Starscream. And he was fucking holding it. I was like, I want that fucking toy. I was like, nah, I got it. And I distinctly remember biting into that fucking kid's shoulder, that fucking raincoat, that like turquoise with the purple.
You remember this, the taste of
Not the
raincoat.
taste, but like the texture of like biting into like that like raincoat on a kid's shoulder.
Yeah.
Another time at that preschool, I remember seeing a big carpenter bee. And I had a...
And it bit you as revenge. It was karma.
No.
Oh.
One of the... I can't remember if it was me or another kid had a fucking garden hose. And he's like, hey, let's spray that bee. And I immediately knew, like, we shouldn't be doing this. And my entire life has been like, I don't know, guys, let's just not bother the bees. Anytime someone like steps on a bee,
they didn't take your advice
or
and
hits
now
a
look at
bee
the bees
and swats a bee, I'm like, don't, just leave them alone and you won't get us. But they never listen. They always want to aggravate the bees. Like that time with Annabelle that you guys love.
Where you?
Okay, so I had this girlfriend, and we went hiking in the desert as we would living in Arizona.
That's what everybody does.
And we hiked to the top of a mountain, and we were sitting on a bench that was like up there. There was like a bench and like a little cemetery on the top of the mountain. And my girlfriend had these like boots, you know, like military boots where they're like ridged. You know, like they're not solid, like flat on the ground.
They're big old boots.
And there's a bee buzzing around, so honestly I'm on edge by default. And I see her, and I'm thinking like, oh, she better not do it. Because the bee like lands on the ground, like just walking around, and I watch her, and I know that her boots are ridged.
And made for stomping.
Well, not only that, but like, since it's flat, there's space for the bee to not be crunched. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh.
So she steps on the bee. And I know the bee didn't die. Because it was probably in the space between one of the ridges under her boot. And so I get up and yell at my girlfriend, Annabelle, no, what have you done? And she gets her, and sure enough, the bee comes out, and I'm like, here we go. The bee's gonna sting us now.
Buckle up,
thanks, Annabelle. And the bee flew away, because I was like, oh fuck, I got stepped on. But I got so mad at her. Yeah, like a month or two down the line, she broke up with me and started dating. Started dating another guy.
That bee.
One of the classic stories of like this guy she's been talking to online, and I was like, no, we're just friends. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then instantly after she breaks up with me, what does she do? Oh, well, they're dating now. It just happens to happen. I was like, I knew. And I was dealing with bed bugs in my house at the same time.
It seems like you're final.
The best thing is that's not the only time that's not the only relationship that's happened. It's a classic thing. Like, that's why I've joked about, like, I'm all of these girls, like, last ex-boyfriend. Like, I'm the last ex because the one they find right after me, that's the one they stay with.
Isn't it so funny how that happens? Because I'm kind of like the same way.
Like you're either so bad, or that just happens to be like your fucking spiritual role in the universe.
They're like,
geez, I'm done with this guy. And then the next guy they get, like, happens to be like, oh, this is my soulmate now. It's like, yeah, okay, I mean, could have guessed. Except I guess sometimes the new guy thinks it's the soulmate, but then she moves on from them too.
Oh no!
I don't want to tell that story though, because it's personal for someone else.
That's a upsetting story.
Not to me. Not to me, since they were together before I broke up.
That's
so
true.
Hearing that she fucked him up too, I'm like, yeah, boy. So that sometimes we're still friends.
Did a little dab.
Dab on him. I haven't dated for a while. I've been single for like a good year now.
That's not
But like,
too bad.
in addition to that, like, I haven't gone like on dates.
Yes, you have.
Like, not for a couple months.
You just went on one like a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
Oh fuck yeah, with that Kurdish girl.
I wouldn't say that out loud, but you forgot. She'll listen to this.
She was nice.
Yeah. Just lived far, yeah?
No. That was the one.
See? You have so many.
Yeah, but that was months ago. We just kept in touch. But then I have to give her space. Because, again, that's like a personal thing I shouldn't talk about. Because she could be listening. Hey, hope you're doing well.
What is a thing that'll turn you off from a dog?
From a dog?
Yeah, because you love dogs.
Okay.
I love dogs.
So,
But
I have a dog sitting job, so let me
Uh-huh.
tell you a story that turned me off from getting paid $700.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think it was only... No, yeah, it would have been $700. Go to the house. Because usually when you get the client online, you stage a meetup before the fucking person leaves on vacation. So you're like, okay, now the dog knows who I am. And just learn, like, okay, here's, like, the routine. Like, this is where he likes to eat. This is how you open the garage. Like, shit like that. And also so you can see the dog, too. Because usually, like, I just see the dog, and they're like, this is this rule, this is this rule. Is that okay with you? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm getting paid to live in your house and hang out with a dog. It's honestly the best fucking job I could hope for.
Yeah.
So I meet this golden retriever or golden lab. Looks like a nice boy. Actually, no, I don't think he was golden. I think it was a black lab. Yeah, I think he was a black lab. Anyway, starts barking at me when I come in. Like, that's fine. And he's like growling a little bit. And they get him to sit and calm down. And he's coming up to sniff me. And then, I guess he changed his mind. Because then he fucking goes full attack. Like, I thought that he was, like, getting okay with me. Because, like, he was sitting there sniffing. So I was like, while I was talking to the owner, I was like, I'll reach out and pet him on the head.
Yeah.
That dog attacked me. That dog fucking went full, like, bark, 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 bark. Bit my hand.
Oh, shit.
I told you about it. He didn't, like, it was one of those things where he just grabbed me, so it must have been a warning thing.
Yeah.
Because I had my full hand in his mouth, like, so I felt the pressure, but he didn't bite down, so his teeth didn't go into me. But he did that, and I was like, oh, jeez. And then he tried it a second time, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can live in this house by myself for a week, because this dog is, like, gonna kill me when you guys aren't here.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what he's like when he's with his owners, like them trying to, like, get him back. If I tried to fucking show up to that house by myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't even meet their second dog yet. They were trying to get me, like, used to their dogs in, like, waves. And I was like, no, this
second dog shouldn't be.
Dude, $700 is not going to pay for my hospital or potential death.
Dang,
so.
And that's why it was probably really high.
Yeah, because it was, like, not only that, but it was, it's, the site, I charge $40 a night.
Yeah.
And then that site specifically, the app, it's, per dog. So if they have 2 dogs, that's $40 a night. That's $80 a night. And so if they're, like, gone a week, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's good money.
Especially if you were someone that, like, actually had a real job, too. So, like, imagine if you get paid to stay with this new dog. So you go to your job, and when you get home, you just go home to another house, and you're getting paid to, like, stay in a different house for a week. Great. Unless it's a dog where you need to be there all day. Then you can't have another job.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm such a great client, because I have so much free time. Because even when I'm in school, I can just do homework at their house.
Yeah.
Like Flynn, I already had school.
Flynn's a good boy.
Flynn's a good dog. Like this last week when I was with Flynn again, I was already in school, so I only have school 2 days a week. So he's alone for 4 hours. I come home, and I do homework, and so I'm just there with him. You ever think about how pets would be so much easier to have if animals didn't have to poop? It's my one thing, especially cats, because I found that I really like cats. I wasn't able to grow up with cats, but having a cat now where I actually took care of their litter box, I was immediately like, oh no, it's not worth it anymore. Because Charlie was like, okay, well, he had a litter box too, but I had Steven clean it for me like last day, because I was like, I can't clean this.
Yeah.
And so this time around with the other cat, that's a new cat at Flynn's house, I made the mistake of, I waited a week before I cleaned this cat's litter box out. Which now I know if I have a cat, I legitimately have to be someone that cleans his box daily. Because, I mean, the smell wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's what the litter box does. It just eliminates the smell.
It eliminates the smell, and it's just a place for them to poop.
Yeah.
So they're not pooping all over your goddamn house.
Yeah, true.
But it, like, builds up, because that, like, stuff, those rocks, I didn't really realize they, like, absorb the moisture, don't it? So it, like, clumps up around it and dries it out. Sometimes, I think when they, like, pee a lot in it, too, it forms, like, a big clump, like, stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
It's hard to scrape off. Never experienced something like that in my life.
Yep. That's the litter box is like one of the reasons why I can't have a cat.
I was never allowed to because my cardiologists were like, oh, that litter box is going to kill him.
Yeah.
That's too much bacteria to risk.
It's true.
That's why I wore a little fucking ninja mask when I cleaned that litter box. You should have seen me. And by
I'm surprised you didn't take pictures.
I did. I took a snap and sent it to some people. I might have sent it to you. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I might not have sent it to you because I was afraid you were going to take a screenshot and it looked... and this time it looked too dumb.
Yeah.
But not like dumb in a funny way. So I was like, I'm not sending this to Eric or Megan.
That's so weird. I've never known you to be like self-conscious about things like that.
It just depends. Like some stuff was like, this looks too dumb.
Yeah.
But then other stuff I'm like, oh, this is comedy. Or not. Maybe I just didn't. Maybe I did send it to you. So what I did was, you know, like Shirt Ninja.
No.
You've never made like a ninja mask out of your shirt?
No.
Okay, well, one of the first movie series that I made with Christian as a kid was we made a period, like a series of multiple episodes about ninjas. But anyway, I'll show you right now. Here you go, listeners. Step 1, take your glasses off if you're someone who wears glasses.
Like me.
And you're going to take your shirt off.
He's taking his shirt off right now.
And you pull it over where your little head's peeking out, like a little... Like,
out of the head hole?
Out of the head hole, like a little thing. And then you get it like this.
Okay,
know?
cover half of your face.
Then you take the sleeves.
And the head hole, and then you take the sleeves and you tie it.
You tie it behind the back. And then you do a little like... Dude, low budget ninja mask right fucking here, dude. Or, I don't know, black block. Go out to the streets and
this is
throw
reminding me of you as a kid so much.
I mean, oh my god, I have 6 missed calls from Steven.
Why? Does he need a ride?
Maybe he feels bad.
Oh boy. Guys, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast here.
It's ending now?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that. Well, how long has it been?
I think like 20 minutes or so.
Oh, fuck. It's been 31 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Well, some podcasts run an hour.
Yeah, but this one will run for half an hour.
For now, until we get more content?
Until we get more content, until we can figure more things out.
Go make your own ninja movies and send us the pics. At either at Eric Rodriguez 24 or at Laszlo Tastic. I'll leave it up to you to spell it.
That's on Twitter. And also Instagram.
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, especially. Snapchat?
Yeah, that's mine.
You can add me on Snap. Yeah, it's mine too.
Yep.
Mine is Laszlo Tastic. It's Laszlo and then Tastic. Laszlo Tastic.
And mine is just my name, 24.
Eric Rodriguez 24. We'll leave it up to you to spell Rodriguez. And 24.
Just one right.
The number 24. Is it case sensitive sometimes?
Nope.
Okay.
Especially, not if it's like a...
If you're trying to find him,
yeah. It won't be case sensitive. Guys, thank you for taking a listen. If you have any ideas as to what you'd like to hear us talk about next time, just go ahead and leave some comments below. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks. Let us know. Where's the button?
It's the stop.
It's the stop button.